This is the HSV GTSR W1. It has a supercharged 6.2 litre V8 producing 474 kilowatts and 815 newton metres. It's a final, furious send-off for the Aussie Commodore after 30 years of HSV tuning, boasting a close ratio manual gearbox, race-ready suspension, eye-popping brakes and competition rubber in a VF body that's laced with carbon fibre. The W1 is nothing less than a wide-body masterpiece, a spectacular super sedan swan song that's destined for immortality as the high watermark of locally made muscle. If you thought HSV was just body kits and stickers, check this out. HSV is lifting the door to its workshop to show us exactly how the W1 is built, and Wheels is about to get a peek behind the curtain. HSV has recently moved its operation after ending Commodore-based production, but the W1 story deserves to be immortalised. This is the most powerful Australian production car there's ever been. To build a W1, first a Commodore is sourced. HSV's last Gen F donor cars were ordered from Holden's Elizabeth Vehicle Assembly plant months in advance of its closure. The cars arrived as complete ADR-compliant vehicles, wearing humble black bumper bars and temporary steel wheels, with only a small W1 written in paint marker on the windscreen indicating their destiny. So to guide us through the process, I'm with Andrew Purcell, who's the Technical Liaison Officer here at HSV. He's going to give us a walk around and a quick tour to show you what makes a W1 special. Each W1 arrives in its final paint colour, with most of the HSV-specific interior trim already installed by Holden production line staff. In fact, installation of as much as 50% of HSV's components was handled at the Holden plant, including the 6.2 litre LSA V8 found in regular GTSRs, and which all W1s also start their lives with. That LSA powertrain is then extracted and replaced here at Clayton. And that's the big W1 production challenge. Every other HSV arrives from Holden with its one and only engine already fitted before the enhancement process starts, but the W1 doesn't. And it's this transformation from LSA to LS9 that sets the build apart.
W1 is a big build. Engine, gearbox, front cross member and front suspension all come out in one hit.
Two cars are worked on at once in a corner of the workshop set up specifically for the W1 program. Subframes and engines are lowered onto rolling jigs and wheeled to a sub-assembly area where the 474 kilowatt, 815 newton metre, 6.2 litre LS9 V8 is introduced. The LS9s arrive in crates, exactly as they would have been fitted to a C6 Corvette ZR1. They are essentially race engines with titanium valves, a lightweight rotating assembly, and a bigger displacement supercharger than the LSA.
Each of the engines is hand assembled in the US, and we've got the assembler's name on each engine, similar to the LS7 program that we did for the W427.
Most of the Corvette's bolt-on accessories won't fit between the Commodore's chassis rails, so the exhaust, engine mounts and oil cooler are removed and replaced, and the dry sump oil reservoir altered to HSV's design. From
the bolt line or the black part up is Corvette, and the silver part or the aluminium part down is HSV design, so that it packages into our HSV style engine bay.
The drivetrain is wheeled back under the car and raised into its final resting place. Then the W1 suspension is fitted, sourced from supercar supplier SuperShock Racing. None of the process is automated.
It's about a 6-hour turnaround from a running LSA to a running LS9. The guys are quite good at it, they're not rushed. Once you've worked in this area for a few weeks, you've done a fair few cars, so you know every nut and bolt of the job.
One of the station operators hands me a rattle gun and points to a fastener holding the heat exchanger assembly that's in need of attention.
Isn't it bizarre how that can mean so much to somebody, but that's cool.
From here, the W1 returns to the regular production line for the fitment of its body panels.
The car's coming through towards us, so having their front fenders fitted. So they're HSV specific, slightly wider to cover our 1/2 inch wider front wheels on the car.
Distinctive bumpers with accessories fitted are attached, followed by the W1's model-specific spoiler with its carbon fibre upper plane.
These bays are based on 25-minute turnaround times. Again, not so that the guy's rushed, just so that the cars tend to move in sequence. Next bay along, we're doing side skirts. We'll put the car up on a 4-post hoist, so we've got plenty of access to the side of the car. We can open up all 4 doors. We'll fit the skirts up at face level. Then we go around and do all of the exterior badging on the car as well. We have fridge magnet jigs or fiberglass jigs that we fit to the car. Gives you badge positioning and badge orientation so that every badge goes on every car in the same place and they're all correctly aligned. After the badges and side skirts have been fitted, he'll fit the floor mat kit to the car, fit the engine cover, and then we go to brakes, wheels and tyres. Here we'll strip off Holden rotors and calipers. We'll fit up our own HSV specific ones. Full system bleed to make sure that there's no air left in the braking system.
Enormous 410mm rotors up front are clamped by AP Racing's 6-piston calipers and framed by the W1's forged 20-inch alloy wheel set that's one of the lightest HSV has ever fitted. Track-ready Pirelli Trofeo R rubber wraps each corner.
Right down the back on the red hoist there are wheel aligners. Every car gets an all 4 front and rear because we've had all 4 corners of the suspension out. And they're set up to HSV spec, which is different to any of the Commodore specs. These are our programming bays, and it basically programs every function in the car, takes out any trouble codes. We then get down to these 2 front hoists. These are final inspection hoists, full visual inspections over the cars, safety checks of safety critical things, a road test around the outside of the complex to make sure there's no negative attributes in the car.
So that's the process for building the W1, and that's the finished product, ready to go to a dealer and be delivered to the customer, where it will be enjoyed for many years to come. Hopefully that's given you an insight into what goes into making a HSV here in Melbourne. These are effectively hand-built cars. You'll notice now there isn't a robot in sight. There is so much passion and pride that goes into building these products, and that's what really the HSV brand is all about.
You know, there's only 300 or something W1s being built, and it's to be one of 6 people that do it. It's a great honour, really, to be here.
I've liked HSV since I was a kid, so I've been into the cars. Always wanted to work here. I've been here since February last year. It's a great place to work. The people are great. Great team environment.
I like coming to work every day. Yeah, definitely. Everybody in this factory knows exactly what they're doing, so it's turned out really good.
Well, it's basically this generation's GT-HO in a way. So yeah, it's fastest Commodore in the history of Australia. So it's fantastic.
That LS9 supercharged engine is just a masterpiece. It's got to be one of a kind, and I guess every time you get in and start that start button, oh man, it's just a great feeling.
To be a part of HSV is really great, especially with Commodore's ending. It's amazing.